asking for like today we're gonna do a new player guide. I know a lot of people have been asking for like console side new player guide. The majority of the guides online are for PC. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a new player guide basically from my wife's account, which is a fresh account. She only played BDO for a little bit, so we're just gonna try to get you guys a little bit of information on how you can get started up in the game, what are some things that you want to do, and what are some things that you don't want to do. So pretty much when you log into BDO, you have a bunch of servers. New players have access to the Olvia servers. So Olvia servers have like boosted XP, so you'll be able to get like a lot of XP. So what you want to do is you want to look into the character selection. Guardian is going to be available in like a week. Guardian gets to farm in-game areas earlier than other classes. Warrior is really good pretty much throughout the game. You can do well with lower gear score. You got the new class Hashashin. Hashashin is decent at lower gear scores. He does a bunch of sand things. He's able to move quickly. Warrior is able to move quickly. Guardian has slow animations, but also has like dashes and stuff like that. You have Ranger. Ranger is able to move. Is actually one of the fastest classes in the game. You can put your weapons out and you can run place to place extremely fast. Ranger's early game is really good. You can spam shotgun on mobs. You can move around the map extremely quickly. Sork doesn't have a really good early game. You kind of want to go with Sork later. So we'll talk about rerolling later and why rerolling's bad. But Sork, you don't really want to go Sork immediately. Lawn's extremely mobile. Can get around the map quickly. Can clear mobs extremely quickly. Berserker with Succession is actually extremely fast. With Awakening is a little bit slower. Tamer, I just wouldn't suggest going Tamer early. Tamer is one of like the ninja classes that just don't clear mobs well early. Shy is more of a life scaling class. If you plan on logging into the game just to RP and have fun, go ahead and make yourself a Shy. Go ahead and RP your entire life away. Strikers get early. You're pretty much like Strikers get early. Striker is good mid. Striker isn't very good late, but with on PC, but with console meta, like Striker is really good right now. You only really need 209 DP. Majority of your targets are going to be soft cap DP targets, so you can really just kill them extremely early and extremely easily. You have Musa. Musa is an extremely fast moving class. Is really good at grinding. He's gonna struggle a little bit when you first start the game, but like once you get to like the mid to late, that's when Musa will really shine. Yeah, Meiwa. Meiwa's kind of the same as Musa, except for Musa scales better. Musa does more damage. It's like off-brand Musa. But if you enjoy playing female classes, feel free to hop on to Meiwa. Mystic. You got Mystic in the game. Mystic is kind of in a tough spot. We really want to wait. You want to wait until Kaffir's to make one because she isn't really tanky enough early on. But once you get to like really late game where you can get like pen items, then Mystic is actually really good. You got Valkyrie. Valkyrie moves pretty quickly. It's kind of middle of the pack. Her end game farming's really good. Your mid game you might struggle a little bit. Kunoichi is a decent grinder. Needs a little bit of gear to get online. Ninja, I would just not suggest making a ninja. If you make a ninja early game, you will be riding the struggle bus when it comes to farming. Dark Knight. Dark Knight's early PvP is kind of bad. The late PvP is actually really good. She scales, pretty much just never stops scaling. With console meta right now, if you have like 280 AP, then you can pretty much like 2-skill any squishy class in the game. You have Wizard, which is a class that I main. Wizard is good. It's like Awakening is a bunch of AoEs. You're gonna have to wait until you have some skill points to go into Succession. So if you would make a Wizard, I would definitely suggest just making a Wizard, going Awakening until you get skill points and gear, and then like once you get higher gear score you can swap to Succession. His 1v1 PvP is bad. His group play is extremely good. He has a move called Protected Area, which will protect area alone will get you into like bigger guilds and things of that nature. And you have Archer. Archer is range class, shoots a bow and arrow. He's the only class that comes with like his awakening weapon off rip. He has like extremely long range. He can fire at people from across the screen. And then you have Witch, which is pretty much wizard except for female wizard. Their succession's a little bit different. Their pre-awakening is basically exactly the same, but their succession's different and their awakening's different. So what we're gonna do is classes that I suggest that a person goes who's new to the game. You can go warrior, you can go hush, you can go ranger, you can go lawn, striker early if you wanna get into PvP really quickly. I would definitely suggest striker for getting into PvP early. Wizard, you can go wizard. You'll get into the PvP early with wizard. You get into PvP early with witch. You can try archer, but archer, like, you have to kite a lot and you're like extremely squishy. So we're just gonna make a Musa. You could choose a character name. You could do all of the aesthetics. For the purpose of not making this video 6 hours, we're just gonna head and skip out on the aesthetics. They have the BDO album. We'll just name him New Player 95. So there's a pretty good chance that the name that you want to pick will be taken because there's been a lot of people who've logged on to Black Desert Console. So make your New Player 95. You go and select the character. You've already selected the server that you want to play on. So we've selected the Olvia server, which gives you boosted skill points and boosted XP. So the Olvia servers, you definitely want to choose their Olvia servers early, just so you can get that boosted XP and get to a higher level extremely quickly. The other servers have like regular XP and sometimes hot time events. Hot time events will give you like 100% XP, things of that nature. So what you want to do is you'll hit your load screen. If you want to play Black Desert on console, I would definitely suggest having an SSD or at least an Xbox One X, because the game loads like extremely slowly for like the OG Xbox and the Xbox S. So you definitely want to, especially with the new Xbox coming out, the Series X, if you can get a Series X, that might definitely help you in the situation. So you load into the game. They ask if you're feeling okay. You'll talk to your little black spirit. You do the little stumbly thing. So you have a bunch of tabs. What you want to do is you pretty much just want to go into your main quest tab, start the adventure, and then you want to follow through the main quest tab until you get later on in the map. So the storyline will pretty much take you through a majority of the map. What you want to do, the first thing you want to do is zoom your camera out, because we're not playing the game in first person mode. Zoom your camera out. You can see a majority of the map. This is a new account. My camera moves extremely slowly. For caster classes and like a lot of classes, you want to turn your sensitivity up, just because it's like kind of like playing Call of Duty. You want to be able to see all directions. So you can go and jack your camera. You don't really have to care about vertical, but horizontal you definitely need to be able to turn your camera left and right. You press Y to confirm, and then your camera will move a lot faster. So your camera moves faster. So when you're PvP and PvEing, if someone gets behind, like say someone's behind you, your camera isn't turning at 2 miles an hour. You can turn your camera quickly, get behind them, and then you're able to engage and stuff like that. A couple of other settings that you kind of want to adjust is your camera shake. Where's camera shake at? I had to turn any of this stuff on and off. You can adjust your buttons also if you want to play in a different way. I've kind of just left my buttons alone. You can turn some of the system settings off. There's a bunch of system settings that shows you stuff when things happen. So if somebody whispers you can stop showing whispers. If you just want to be alone or don't feel like talking to anybody, you can uncheck to stop showing notices, stop showing world chat notices. So the thing on the left is world chat. World chat, people can get extremely toxic in world chat, so sometimes you kind of just want to ignore that. You have people looking for groups. We'll talk about looking for groups later. So need 1 DPS for 3-man trees. 1 second, I have a phone call.
Yeah. You.
Okay, so we're back. As I was saying about the menu, you go into your menu. Sometimes you want to turn other adventures off, especially if you have an OG Xbox, because if you go to world bosses, things can get extremely crowded. And when it gets extremely crowded, there's a high possibility that your game crashes. Where is the screen shake? You can hide other adventurers' names and things like that. I actually have hide attack decisions off because it's not really important to see if abilities crit or anything of that nature. And I believe it is overall camera effects. So when you attack something, your screen starts to shake, and it's just kind of bad. So when you hit something, go and turn in this quest real quick.
A traveler who does not
Accept quest.
anything. Well, this is awkward.
And you go re-examine this thing. Look at it. You can read through the storyline. I've done the storyline many times, and I have absolutely no clue what's going on. It's kind of your choice if you want to just read through the storyline and things of that nature.
For how long do I have to stay here? I can't
So,
wait to return to hide.
It'll ask you to summon your Black Spirit. The Black Spirit is down on the D-pad. You can adjust your ring menu once you get a little bit later on. So you press down on the D-pad, you talk to your Black Spirit. Your Black Spirit will tell you to warm up. So he wants you to defeat foxes. If you look at the top right-hand side of your screen, you have a mini-map. So you go on the mini-map, you'll go over to the foxes. You can see other people hitting foxes. So the quest is to defeat 10 of them. It's 3. And then on all of your servers, will be kind of crowded, honestly. So there we just got, we just learned down knowledge on the Grey Foxes, so we'll do more damage to the Grey Foxes. We just leveled up to level 2. We're getting 20% per hit. Over here, and I'm just gonna kill one more, and we're done. And we level up to level 3. So they just finished changing the menu. So what you kind of have, in order to access your world map, you have to go to the ring menu. You go to menu. I'll add it. You can press the right trigger or R2 to tab between screens. And then the world map is right here. So press up on the D-pad, you go up, and then you'll have your world map. So pretty much your world map It's an extremely big map. You can wander around and pretty much go. The main storyline will take you from town to town. So pretty much you can follow the main storyline. The main storyline will take you all over this map. And then there is another town deep in the sea. All the way over here, there's a town right here that actually just isn't even showing right now. So, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to talk to your Black Spirit again, turn in your quests. Is there a person I'm supposed to turn into? The person's over here. Person I'm supposed to turn into is over here. So there are new player quests and new player rewards that they give you. So you just want to make sure you're on the lookout for new player rewards. The way you find those is you press start and you go into rewards, and then there's attendance rewards. So these you get daily, and you just want to make sure you're checking in every day and getting your stuff. So the way you get that is you'll go to your Black Spirit safe, and I have a bunch of silver sitting in my Black Spirit safe. So you press LTA to get all of it. Then you'll press LTY to receive your silver. So I've got 28 million silver in there. I've got my silver now. And then you go to character, you go to inventory, you put your weapons on that you get. So now I have 3 defense because I just put my helmet on. Then we'll go into the cave. We're gonna probably do a part 2 of this video. I'll probably do part 2 of the video on my main account just so you can see what the entire map looks like, because it's kind of hard to explain too much with my map being completely grayed out. But I also did want to do like a beginner guide and just having like the new player experience. So the map, Black Desert doesn't explain a lot to you, so it can be extremely confusing on what you're supposed to do. So on my main account, I will show you what like a person who's been playing for a while looks like, and like what gear looks like. So I have to see if I can level up Chase, because it's driving me insane. I know how this class is supposed to play. And can I not level up Chase yet? I can't level up Chase yet. I'm going insane. On this your skill menu. So in your skill menu you can learn skills, you get skill points. You want to make sure you're talking to everybody in every town, because you get energy and contribution when you talk to people. So you just want to make sure while you're traveling around the map and traveling to new places, you are talking to every single person. And then sometimes when you talk to like things, it'll have the chat option. So when you have the chat option, it'll sometimes take you to the screen to watch video. I skip all the cutscenes for our sanity.
Remember, my friend, I'm Aiden. It must be destiny that brings you here.
It'll take you to the Western God Camp.
Move towards the light.
So they want you to defeat small spirit trees and a pack of gray wolves. So we'll go outside, we'll kill gray wolves. So pretty much what you're just gonna do is you're gonna keep doing these quests like as far as you possibly can. And then like you're gonna basically around Kama Sylvia, you're gonna hit a wall where the mobs become too strong, you're not able to kill them. So once the mobs become too strong and you're not able to kill them, then you're gonna have to go and start leveling a little bit. And then you can always ask for assistance in like server chat or world chat, and sometimes people will be willing to help you, or sometimes you can look for a group. There's also like groups, I believe, in the function area. Yeah, so there's Party Finder. And then you see that here, you can see on the left hand side that this person is looking to level up with other people. There's 2 people in the party, and then the server that they're on is LVM1. So you can join a level up party. You get less XP when you level up in a group, so you just want to keep that in mind. But sometimes if the area is too strong for you, sometimes you do need to take your group. If you have a mission that you have to do, and there's other people that have to do the mission, so you can post in world chat and server chat. But you also have to keep in mind that most of the stronger players aren't going to be on all of your servers right now. They're going to be in different servers. So just want to keep that in mind. Mature wizard, so much faster. It's just an example of how Melissa struggles a little bit early game. Like you have to hit 600 times worth of die. So just goes in instead of just dropping out. Alright, so the quest is complete. Talk to your black spirit. And then the black spirit will give you inventory slots. It'll give you more quests to do. So what you do is you'll press character, go to inventory, and then as you can see, a lot of your inventory slots are locked. So you press this one will give you 2, and then these 2 slots are unlocked. So as you go through the quest line, the black spirit will give you some for free. The game will also give you some for free. It's not too big of a deal if you don't have all your slots early, but you also get storages, you get your central market, so there's other places that you can put your stuff at. So, energy increased by 1 because I got knowledge on the immature tree spirit. We won't focus too much on knowledge and stuff like that. So, we've completed the quest. What we're gonna do is we're probably gonna go and I have to turn this quest. So if you press your left stick in, you can auto path to where you need to go. So you really don't have to walk anywhere. That's like one good feature in BDO is that you can auto path to places. The only thing is sometimes you just run really slow, and there's no teleport feature like in some other games. A teleport feature would also be a really nice addition to BDO. We found Tuscany Farms. Go and talk to some people real quick. Got an achievement. I discovered it's a very proud moment. Talk to the guy at Tuscany Farms. So anybody with that emblem over their head you can speak to.
Avoid big bears. You'll get hurt.
Alright, so we're gonna head to the quest. This is so slow. I should have just made a ranger. I don't know why I didn't just make a ranger. So this will be the last quest that we do, and then we're gonna go on to town after turning in this quest. It's a long jog. After we're gonna turn this quest in, and then we're gonna go into town, and then I'm gonna walk around and pretty much just show you like some of the town stuff. Enemies that are purple, you don't do much damage to them. So if you look, we'll hit this guy's head a few times. So some enemies are like level restricted. This one's red, so you can actually do damage to it, albeit like none at all. So you want to pay attention to like level caps, because like all areas have level caps and enemies that you'll do. Some you'll do a lot of damage to, and then some you won't do a lot of damage to. So if you look at your map, you see that things have levels around the areas. So this is Caranda's Ridge. There's level 26 to 29, 27 to 31. So you can, if you don't want to do the quest line, which I would highly suggest that you do the quest line to get your items, because you get like gear and things that'll help you progress faster. You can literally just hop from place to place. You'll train from 16 to 18 here, then you'll move to the next spot, then you'll do 19 to 22. You can either go to 21 to 24. You can kill monsters that have like a 2 or 3 level difference on you, but it'll take a little bit longer sometimes. So we're gonna turn this quest in. After you turn this quest in, we're gonna go to town, and then we'll talk about a little bit of stuff inside of town. Any new areas will be filled with question marks. Talk to all the question marks. Get your map filled out. Where's the person to talk to turn this quest in? In the long run, you'll be happy that you talked to everyone in the game. It'll definitely be helpful. And then they have a secret quest right now that you can get a red title over your name. So you'll see a lot of people talking about secret quests and server chat. Okay, the game's showing. Thank you. There's a person. Okay, so we'll turn that in. We'll accept the main quest just so we have it, and then we want to go on to the next quest. We're gonna go straight to town. So I press up on the D-pad. Go to world map. And then the area is gonna be covered in fog right now, but actually it's not even the right place. Villia is just north of here, right? Yeah, Villia is right here. It's Villia Dock. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna jog over. You're gonna talk to everyone in the area. And then if we go to town, it's just gonna take a while because this is extremely slow early game. Actually open up my chat. Good afternoon, chat. How are you doing today? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna jog to the town. We're almost there. And we're almost there. This is what the first town looks like. Pretty sure the rendering is going to be a hot mess. When you first walk to a town, the rendering is always a hot mess. So you'll see like NPCs are black sometimes. If you have like an OG Xbox or earlier Xbox, you'll see that it'll take stuff a really long time to render. Sometimes you hit load walls and things of that nature. So you have people who are walking around town with a backpack on their back. This guy's strength training. So if you put it back, if you buy an item and you put it on your back, then that actually levels up your strength. So one of the first people you're gonna want to talk to is the Central Market person, Central Marketplace director. So you can throw your money onto the Central Market by pressing A. We have $46 million in our Central Market, and then we have some of these that sold. Oh, I don't have the value pack on. So the most important thing when it comes to like selling things to the Central Market is having a value pack, and I don't even think I have a value pack right now. So when you sell stuff to the Central Market, there's a 15% tax if you have a value pack on. If you don't have a value pack on, then it is a 30% tax. So you can receive a 30% bonus with an active value pack. Do you want to do it now? We'll just accept the money for the time being. So you'll probably start off with less silver than we have. If you go to the market and you press X on the item, it'll tell you who uses that weapon. So the Musa and the Meiwa uses blades, longsword is warrior, longbow is ranger, amulet is sork, axe for Zerker, short swords for ninjas, kunos, and tamers, staff for witch and wizard, Kriegmeister for the DK, gauntlets for the striker and the mystic, and then crossbow will be an archer, Floring for shy, and then Shajmir for ranger, and crescent pendulum for you don't really have to worry about your Central Market too much early on, but you can use your Central Market to store things. So if you're overweight, you can go to your Central Market, and you can throw your HP bots on there, or whatever you have on there. In order to sell your trash loot, so when you kill mobs, you have to have your pets on. So, explanation of pets, I don't even think we have a pet. Dear Lord, we don't have a pet. So, you have to feed your pets pet food. You can get that pet food from the Central Market. So in order for your pets to pick up trash loot, you have to have your pets turned on, and you also have to have a pet. So as you work through the quest, you'll get a pet, and in order to get pet food, you have to go to the Central Market, go to mount, and you'll go to feed. So your pets eat organic feed, they eat good feed, and they also eat cheap feed. So right now there isn't good feed on the market. What I usually use is good feed. There's a pre-order of 2,000, so if you put, you can either A, throw your pre-order into that pre-order. You can like pre-order 10 or something like that, because obviously you won't have too much silver. Or what you can do is you can come over here to the horse trainer or the horse vendor. And then a way you can actually find NPCs on the map is if you go to your world map and you press down on your D-pad, it'll show you some of the stuff here. So we're looking for the stable keep. You'll press R2 or right trigger in order to auto path to the closest stable keep. So if you're confused, it tells you that you have to go and find this NPC. You can just do that to automatically auto path to that NPC. So we have the stable keeper right here. On the stable keeper sells cheap feed for a marked up price. So if you want food for your worker, food for your pet, then you can just go ahead and buy cheap feed from the stable if there isn't any on the market that you can afford. So you want to make sure that you're getting your pets, you're turning in your dailies, and like you're just pretty much getting your dailies. There may be a pet in the attendance rewards. I have to look. There is not a pet in the attendance rewards. Attendance rewards are kind of bad, honestly. Yeah, they gave me like a travel kit that's only available at level 57, so it's kind of useless until I get to a higher level. It was Shaka-2 box. Shaka-2 box can have extremely rare items in it. And like if you look, a Tet Tongue Rat necklace, a Tet Tongue Rat belt, a Tet Ogre, so like this is really important that you open this. You get that on the 7th day. If you look at the price of those items on your Central Market's up here. So you'll go to Central Market, you'll go to accessories, and then we'll look at a Tet Tongue Rat belt. So a Tet Tongue Rat belt, if you open up that box, you get a Tet Tongue Rat belt. A Tet Tongue Rat belt is worth 13 billion. So it's a really low chance that you get it. But if you were to open up one of those boxes and get like one of the extremely expensive things out of it, then you would pretty much be able to buy, like you'd pretty much be lucky enough to skip like the entire early game and like the struggle of getting gear, and then you'd be able to like straight up buy like intermediate gear and go and do like other stuff, and you wouldn't have to even do like the beginner part of the game. So that's pretty much it on feeding pets. What else? Going through the storyline, making sure you're going through the storyline, making sure you're talking to all the NPCs in the city. You definitely are gonna want to join a guild. So you can go into server chat and say new player looking for guild. It costs you energy to talk in server chat, so you'll just type in new player looking for guild. The chat filter is just really bad on this game, so you have to be really careful of what you put in. It's about looking. Jeez. So, you see that kid in server chat's asking if there's any RP guilds or *** adult. You can't even say adult. Okay, so that kid in server chat's actually talking about fail stacking. So I can show you the fail stacking system a little bit. Just have to get my money off the market.
Our town is peaceful. Have a pleasant stay.
So, the best way to fail stack is to use Reblast. You need armor and weapon stones, which you can get from killing Blackstone armor and weapon stones, which you can get from killing mobs. So, can I only buy one? Why is it? Oh, I have no money in my market, I'm trolling. Put 15 mil in the market.
If you lose your composure, You'll eventually lose
and then we'll
your
get some blackstone. So you'll get these as you go through quests and as you kill monsters and stuff like that. So you really don't have to worry too much about like getting them yourself. Oh, 1 second, I have another. So we're gonna do a quick intro to fail stacking, and then I think I'm gonna swap over to my actual account, and then we can talk about like a little bit more, and I can actually give you better examples of what stuff looks like after you get through like the quest lines a little bit, and I can actually show you with like some early game gear looks like. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy some reblast gloves. Has a lower % fail stack chance, so the first few levels are gonna be free. So you press down on your black spirit, go into your black spirit, you go to enhancement, you press A on it, and then I didn't take my black stones up to the marketplace.
If you want to purchase goods, you'll need to have
You'll
some
take your armor stones off the marketplace. And you never realize like how big of a convenience it is to have all the stuff that you have on your account until you're playing on a new account. You actually have to walk to places. So the first few levels are going to be free, so you can skip the animation. So if you look right here, there's a % chance that this goes through. 70% chance. So you're gonna, in order to fail stack efficiently, you're gonna want to get this all the way up to plus 14. I'll do another example of fail stacking on my main account because I have like reblast that's already plus 14. But anything that you enhance, there's a % chance that it goes through, and then there's a % chance that it doesn't. So there's a 70% chance that this goes through on the next tap. If it doesn't go through, then you get what's called a fail stack. So boom, it went through. Now there's a 25% chance. So we'll click it again, and if we fail, the % chance goes up. So it goes up to 28%. So if we click again, we failed again, now it's 30%. We click again, it went through, and then a higher level is a lower % chance, it's a 17% chance. So what we'll do is we'll keep clicking it until it runs out of durability. So we got it up to plus 8. Alright, plus 9. So we ran out of durability. You get like titles for fail stacking and stuff like that. So what you do is you'll go to the blacksmith, you press repair, you go to recover max durability, you press A on it, and then what you do is you'll go and recover, you'll say recover continuously, and then it'll recover durability on it. So what we need to do is buy more gloves so we can recover more durability. So we're buying more gloves so we can recover more durability. Boom. Alright, you recovered your durability. And then you earn a title depressed for failing a lot. Like they have like funny titles and stuff like that. It's not as funny when you're failing more often than not. So you'll keep going up. So this is how you fail stack. So what you'll do, you couldn't even get to 10. I was hoping that I could get to 10, so I could go and do something else with that 10 stack. Alright, so we'll buy some more armor stones. Buying armor stones and weapon stones can actually become extremely expensive, especially when you have no silver. So we'll buy more armor and weapon stones. So the easiest way to fail stack is to get your reblast gloves to plus 14, and then once it gets to plus 14, the percentages are actually extremely low. Like as you can see right now, the percentage is 6% on the 0 stack. So this is how you build your stacks up. So you keep tapping it. See if we can get a 10 stack, and we just can't get a 10 stack to save our life.
Don't expect anything from me.
So we'll buy more gloves, we'll go to repair again. Just try to use artisans on a reblast glove.
I'm trying. Blacksmith with patience.
So what we'll do, keep on tapping, went through. Alright, so we're at the place that we want to be. We're at plus 14. So at plus 14, as you can see, it's a 2% chance for it to go through. So what you'll do is you'll keep on tapping on the 2% chance. It'll go up 0.2% each time you tap. So what you do, you've made a 10 stack. we don't have any, can't even transfer stacks out. So we have a 10 stack now. So now that we've built that 10 stack, we can go and use this 10 stack to try to enhance something else. So just for the sake of show, I will get some functional clothes. It's least expensive functional clothes is fishing clothes. So we'll buy 2 fishing clothes and then we'll show. So you take your 2 fishing clothes out and then you'll go back to that screen and then you'll go and check to see what the percentage is on your fishing clothes. So on a 10 stack, there's a 60% chance that this goes through. Let's just tap it 1 to 2 more times so we can show the percentage change. So 11, 12, and then we look, and now that 60% chance is a 66% chance. So the higher fail stack you use, the higher percent it is that it goes through. So we're gonna not skip the animation, we're gonna go ahead and let it ride, and then we'll see if we get +1 in the fishing clothes. So it still failed, even though it was at a 66% chance. Welcome to RNG in the game. It sucks to suck. This is one of the main reasons that a lot of people quit the game, is just because their RNG is bad. I've had pretty bad RNG playing the game, but it's whatever. So what you can do is you can either A, continue to tap this reblath. Continue to tap the reblath and hope that it doesn't go through. 14, 15, 16. Alright, so we have a 16 stack. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy some accessories and see if we can get some accessories to go through this time. So we're going to do some inexpensive accessories since we're broke boys. We're just going to do a blue coral earring. I'll buy 2 blue coral earrings, take them off the market, and then boom, got them off the market. And then we'll put them into the black spirit, go to enhancement, take a blue coral earring, 65% chance. What are the odds it fails again? We'll turn skip animation off. Same percent as our fishing clothes. And it went to pry. So pry, you want to use a 20 stack for accessories. Duo, you want to use a 40 stack, and then try, you want to use a 45 stack. The percentages are like something like 60, 40, 30. Or no, it's like 60, 50, 60, 50, 40 or something like that. So our enhancement went through. We can take our item and we can sell it because we don't have any other fail stacks to continue to enhance. This item is worth 13 million. So we will throw our pride blue coral earring up for 14.6 million. Boom, it's sitting on the market. Once it sells, it'll have a collect thing on it. And we'll be able to collect the silver for it, and we'll add the silver into our inventory or into our warehouse. So what we're gonna do, that's pretty much the early gist of enhancing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make another video, and I'm going to sign into my main account, and then we'll go over some stuff with my main account because I have just a lot more of the map discovered, and we can talk more about the map. But that's like the beginning of the game. Just the basics of enhancing. So you can start enhancing, you can build stacks, and you want to make sure you build stacks on your items, because if you don't build stacks on your items, 60, 50, 40, yeah, so the percentages are 60, 50, 40. So 60% on Pride, 50% on Duo, and then 40% on Try. And that's just the gist of the start of the game. I'm going to go ahead and hop over to my main account, and then after I hop over to my main account, we can continue and talk about more things just that beginner players need to look out for, and things that they need to do in order to get their account started and progress in Black Desert.